A child also does not like to be disregarded, you know, to be disregarded and not listened to. How much more an adult? You don't want someone to disregard you. You don't want someone to see you like they don't see you. Be there like they are not there. Chineye, thanks for joining. Omotunde, 50PH, Destiny, thanks all for joining. Love, and I believe strongly, love can survive mistakes, but love can't withstand disrespect. That is my take. And then what are the things we call mistake? Mistakes are human. It's a human thing to make mistakes. Angela, thanks for joining. Please let us like the live. Let us make comments so that our life can be kept alive. Okay. Let's leave a comment. Let's just say something to keep the life on. Let's tap. Let's like. Human being would make mistake. It's part of our nature to make mistakes. And these mistakes could often be rooted in imperfection. Nobody is perfect. So, I mean, you're not perfect. I'm not perfect. So you are bound to make mistakes. We cannot, we can't excuse that. We can't change that, and we can't do nothing about that. Thank you all for joining. Please let's like the talk show. That could be miscommunication, misunderstanding, or it could even be out of fear. People can make mistakes due to all those things. Misunderstanding your concept, what you're saying to them, what you expect from them, what you want them to do. They can make mistakes. It's part of nature. As your children can make mistakes, you as a parent, you also make mistakes towards your children. I'm broadening it now, not trying to limit it to marriage only, but relationship generally. So your child can make mistake. You can make mistake. And your spouse also can make mistake. It's part of nature. Okay. So I believe those things a relationship can survive on that. Now, but when mistakes now become a pattern, I mean, you did something yesterday by mistake. Thank you all guys for joining. Thanks for joining. Thanks for liking. Thank you for sharing. And I tell you what you did, I don't like it. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. You've apologized, and then we move on. But then you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. Then I begin to question myself. I begin to question your action. Why are you doing what you are doing? Is it honestly a mistake, or is it disrespect? Love can stretch to hold space for these mistakes. By human nature, you want to forgive, you want to extend, you want to give the possibility that what this person has done, maybe they didn't know. It's not intentional. You want to believe that strongly. So, human by nature want to extend and give you more rope to see how things go. But they want to give room for growth, they want to give room for repair, to repair the relationship, to repair what has happened. But when it becomes disrespect, you want to set boundaries. You want to say no. Thank you all for joining. Thanks for liking. Thank you for sharing. We're looking at mistakes versus disrespect in relationship, in love. And somebody does something you don't like, you wanna put an end to it when it becomes repetitively. You wanna protect yourself, you wanna protect your feelings, and then you wanna cross them and say, I'm putting a line. This is the limit I can take, this is the limit I can stand, this is the limit I can withstand. Mistakes are part of being human. We all stumble sometimes, but respect is the foundation love stands on. Respect is the foundation we all grow on in relationship. Between parents and children, respect is a foundation of that relationship. in your family. The child respects you as their parent, as their mom, as their dad. And you also respect them even though they are your children. Even though the way we respect them is different, but then it is still called respect. One of the ways you could respect your children is being accountable, you know, and being able to tell them sorry when you're wrong. Showing them respect is also understanding that they are human, they have feelings. Maybe they said, "Oh, mom, I want to go watch ball, I want to go do this. Can you give me time to do it?" And then it's okay, I'll give you time, but there's a condition. If you also do this, maybe do the chores over the house or do one or two things, then you can go. So you're having a dialogue, you're having an agreement, you're having an understanding, and you are respecting each other's point of view. Your child comes to you, say, "I want to have a word with you." You don't shut them down, you don't shut them off. So yeah, okay, maybe give me 5 minutes, let me run what I'm doing, then you can come talk to me. Or you can leave what you're doing, come talk to me. I want to hear you, I want to listen to you. And you're listening attentively, you're not listening by and then you're on the phone or on the TV. I do that sometimes. And then I kind of recollect myself and say, "Oh, Duke, what you're doing is wrong." I put my phone down or leave, turn off the TV and say, "Okay, let me hear you." That is you showing respect to your children. Being able to actually really listen to them is respect for them. And then you see children get so frustrated and angry that mommy doesn't listen. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for the likes. Mommy doesn't listen. You're talking to her, she's not listening, she's not hearing you, blah, 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 blah. It's very, very painful for them. They see it as being disrespectful. You, as a mother or as a father, one of the ways you want respect is them greeting you. "Good morning, daddy. Good morning, mommy." It's a big thing, especially for we Africans. And not "hi, daddy." We don't do "hi, daddy," "hi, mommy." That it's not on. It's a proper honor stories. Thanks for joining. Salome Mohammed, thank you all. If I'm not mentioning your name, it's not intentional. Thank you all for joining. You want respect. You need respect. Respect cements the relationship, builds your relationship, brings honor and value to your relationship. Okay, so having said that, that's one of those ways. And then another way as a parent you show respect or you expect respect from your children is when you ask them to do something, you expect them to do it. And not only expecting them to do it, you expect them to do it when you ask them to do it. That also brings respect, shows respect. User 714, thanks for joining. When you ask your children to do something and they do it, to you as a parent, us as a parent, we say, "Oh, that child has respect for me." Everybody deserves respect in relationship. You deserve relationship that honor your worth. You deserve relationship that shows whether we are romantic. Either it's a romantic relationship, either it's a friendship, either it's a family bond. Omologo, thanks for joining. Respect is very, very important. Respect cannot be pushed aside. Now, this is a saying I say to my children. If you love me and you don't respect me, that means you don't love me. Thanks all for joining Scope there. Thank you. We're looking at mistakes and disrespect in love, in marriage, in relationship. If you love me and you don't respect me, to me, it means you don't love me. Because if you love me genuinely, you will respect me. If you love me genuinely, you would not want to intentionally hurt me. Thanks all for joining, guys. Thanks for joining. Let's tap. Let's tap, 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 tap. Let's say hi. Let's say something on the comments. Let's keep the screen active. Let's keep everything active so that TikTok does not complain or log us out. Thanks for joining, guys. Mistake versus disrespect. If you want to come up and share your own view or opinion about it, you are most welcome to do so. You want your partner, you want your family, you want your friends to show you respect. We all crave for it. It's part of our nature. What does respect does for you? Respect shows that you're being honored. Respect shows that you're not being overlooked. Respect shows that somebody actually gives a damn about you. Respect shows that somebody is thinking about you. Somebody's got you at the back of their mind. Somebody is not ignorant about your feelings, about what you want. Respect tells you that this person cares about me. So in a nutshell, if somebody tells you they love you, they care for you in any type of relationship, in the family, in the romantic way, or in my best friend level, if they tell you they love you and yet they don't respect you, then you need to question that relationship. Then you need to question what sort of love is that? And what sort of relationship do you actually have? You should be able to question that. So, what exactly are we doing here? If you tell me you love me and yet you don't show any respect, then I need to question that. I need to question that. Seriously, I need to question that. Anybody wants to come in and share with us what's their view on mistakes and disrespects in relationship? How do you see mistake? How do you see respect? What is mistake for you? And what kind of mistakes can your partner do or a friend do that you will easily forgive them? You say that, well, it's no big deal. But what's that mistake that they will do and you'll be like, hell no, this is more than that. Bridget, thank you for joining. Vladimir, Aduke, thanks for joining. Guys, come up. Let's have a chat about this topic. Mistakes versus disrespect. Come up, guys. Let's have a chat. Mistake versus disrespect. Mistake versus disrespect. Which one can you forgive and which one can you let go of? Which one can you stand and which one would you not stand? What sort of disrespect would you stand? Rosemary, Joseph, thanks for joining. Vladimir, thanks for joining. Guys, let's show some love. Let's tap the screen. Let's test. Let's just keep the screen busy, please. In your relationship, maybe just body to body, what is it you will stand? What is it you will not stand? What are the things a friend will do to you and you can easily forgive? And what are those things they will do and you'll be like, no, I can't stand this. This is too much. I'm not having this. Okay. Let me read you a story. I have a story here. Let me read it to you very quickly. Let me find the story for you. It's a story I wrote the story by myself, by the way. The line. The line in the sense that there are lines I can cross and there are lines I can allow my friend to cross, my children to cross, my husband to cross. And there are lines I cannot allow you to cross because why? It is disrespectful. and I cannot stand it. And it's a story about a couple. The lady is called Maya and the guy is called David. There's a story between Maya and David. Maya is the female and David is the male, as their name detects. And they are both in their 20s, in their early 20s. Now, I'm establishing the story in their living room in the evening. They're just chilling out. And then Maya and David, they are laughing, looking at a photo, some photographs in the album. They're, they're having a good time, a chill time together in the living room, you know. And then the photos mostly is of David with Maya often cropped out in the background. Now, this is a photo of both of them, Maya and David, this couple. But for some reason, for some funny reason, wherever Maya shows up in the picture, it has been cropped. And that is a big red flag. If you can hear me very well, please say yes. If you can hear me very well, loud and clear, say yes. If you can hear me, say yes, please. Guys, if you can hear me, say yes. If I'm loud enough, if I'm audible enough, just say yes. Can you hear me? Thanks for joining. Thanks for loving. Thanks for sharing. Imran, thanks for joining. If you can hear me, guys, just say yes. I'm sure everybody can hear me. Daisy, thanks for joining. Okay. Like I said earlier, we're looking at mistake versus disrespect in relationship. What sorts of mistakes can you easily forgive and overlook? And what are the type of mistakes that you cannot let go of? And if you cannot let go of it, if you cannot forgive, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? Thanks guys for joining. Let's show some love. How much of disrespect can you stand? And how do you challenge disrespect in your relationship with your children, with your friend, or with your spouse? How do you challenge disrespect? How do you put an end to it? What do you do? Do you just let go, overlook? Do you overlook mistakes? Do you overlook disrespect? Or do you deal with it? How do you deal with it? Come on, people, come chat with me. I want to learn from you, learn from each other. How much disrespect can you stand? How much disrespect can you cope with? And what disrespect would you not stand? Like, lie, I can't take this. This is too much. What would you forgive? I'm not even talking even before marriage self. What are those things you would forgive and those things you will not forgive? La Maroin, thanks for joining. What are those things you forgive and those things you will not forgive? What can you withstand as disrespect? And what are those things you will not withstand? Like the story I was narrating earlier on of a couple where they take pictures together, you and your girlfriend take a picture, and for some reason, the guy will crop out where the girl is, and it's obvious. Good afternoon, Mama. Yeah, Shalom. God bless you. Can you hear me, ma? And the lady will crop up the picture. What do we call that? Is that disrespectful? Is that wickedness? Where can we even place that? And is that a mistake? Is it a mistake you can go through and forgive? Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Sashalom. If you take a picture with your boyfriend and in the picture, couple of pictures, not one, not two, not three, maybe you're flipping through his phones together, you're looking at pictures and you're smiling. Thank you for the heart me. God bless you, sister. And you're laughing, and then you just notice that most of the pictures you took together with him, oh boy, sorry guys for that. Most of the picture you took with him, you realize that the, he has cropped you out. How would you feel? Do we call that a mistake, or do we call that disrespect? That is one example. We're looking at mistakes and disrespect in relationship, and your partner is cropping out your image in pictures you took together. What do we call that? Mistake or disrespect? Do you want to type? Do you want to join the conversation? Mommy Shalom, Chele, what's okay? Can you come up? Or do you want to type your answer? If you find your boyfriend, your husband, your girlfriend, if yeah, even your girlfriend, that is disrespectful. Okay. So it's not a mistake. There's noise. Alright, thanks, sis. What I call disrespectful, one of the things I call disrespectful, is something you do intentionally. It's not that mistake is something you did unintentionally and you have an excuse for it, an alibi for it. You call that a mistake. But something, when you talk about disrespect, is something you've done intentionally to undermine the person, to make the person feel bad. Yes, that is not a mistake at all. I mean, you took picture with me and you're cropping me out. Like, really? It's even more than it's even more than disrespect. What else can I use? The person does not value you. This person doesn't see you, and the person does not want you to be doesn't want to be seen with you. This person despises you. So it's more than disrespect. So if such a thing should not happen, that this person doesn't value you, value your presence, value your contribution, they don't want to be seen. They don't want you to be seen with them. How do you deal with such a person? Do you forgive such a mistake, or do you see it as a red flag? Do you see it as we can talk about it and maybe he will change? Or do you see it as a red flag and like, this one is deceiving me? This one is this is a lie. This is this would we call this a red flag? Do we call this a red flag? Somebody crops you out, chai. Red flag, big red flag. That's a big red. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for the love, sister. That is a big red flag. And that is not something you sit down and negotiate. I don't think it's something you want to talk about. Thanks for the share. That the person has made it very, very clear to you that they don't care about you. They've made it very clear that they don't want you in their life. The only reason that they're still hanging around with you is probably they are benefiting something from you, or there's a favor they are benefiting from you, not because they want to be with you genuinely. If somebody wants to be with you genuinely, they will not crop your pictures from. No, 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 no. It's a no, no, no. It's a no and a no and a no. It's a no and a no and a no. Then there's another one. Is the issue of phone. This phone issue is big deal. When you are in the presence of your lover, of your friend, or even your children, and you're talking to them and they're on the phone while you're trying to have a conversation, when you're trying to have a chat with them, but they're constantly on the phone, you're trying to, hey, I'm talking to you, I'm trying to talk to you, and they're like just on the phone, and they're like, okay, okay, say what you want to say quickly, please, so that I can continue doing what I'm doing. Do we call that disrespect, or do we call that mistake? Do we also call that disrespect or mistake? Thanks for the love, Sister Shalom. God bless you. When somebody is ignoring you on the phone, you're trying to have a conversation, it's not working. You're trying to have a chat, it's not working. They're constantly on the phone. What do we call that? Is there also disrespect? Or is it mistake? Do we call that disrespect or mistake? When someone ignores you and just stays on the phone, do we call that disrespect or mistake? Come on, people, talk to me. Is that disrespect or mistake? It's still disrespectful. You can always go back to your phone after we are through with talking. Now, if that happens a one off, or probably once in a month, once in 2 months, once in 3 months, do we still call that a mistake or a disrespect? Do we call that a mistake or a disrespect? I mean, it's not something that happens every time, and I'm not doing it intentionally. It just happens once in a while. So do we still call that a mistake or disrespect? So I believe when we talk about mistake, it's something that by human error, we can do once in a while. We can do once in a while, and we can be excused for it because it's in the human nature to do mistake because we are not perfect. But when it becomes a pattern, when it becomes something you do regularly, then that is not a mistake anymore. That becomes disrespectful. When it's intentionally done, it is disrespectful. But when it's done by human error, then it is a mistake. But even then, when a mistake becomes a regular occurrence, you did it yesterday, you did it the other day, you did it, and you're able to count, and it becomes a pattern, then it is disrespectful because now you're not just doing it because it happened, you are doing it intentionally. You are disregarding that person's feeling. You are disregarding that person's love for you, that person's concern for you. You're not really saying that person. It's like that person is not in the picture. That person does not exist, and it's all about you and you alone. And the moment you're in a relationship, somebody makes you feel like you're not there, you don't exist. It's all about them. Then that is scary. Then that one needs to think twice, if I may use the word. Shalom says the first time may be a mistake, but when you continue doing it regularly, it's no more a mistake. Thank you very much for your contribution. It's no more a mistake because it's become a pattern. And anything that is a pattern, it's intentional. It's intentional. Okay, let me see if I can continue with the story I was reading. Let me find my story. Okay. All right. So Maya and David are both in their 20s. They are in their 20s, living their life. And the first thing Maya noticed was that David would crop up her picture from their picture. That's the first thing she noticed. And then going up after that, I'm trying not to go into too much story. Try not to go into too much. Let me see. Where am I? Okay. I know where I'm now. Then the second scene, Maya actually asked David, how come my pictures are being cropped? Not one, not two, not three pictures. And then the answer David gave was that because you look stressed all the time and you're not smiling and you're always blinking. That's why I cropped it up. Is that an excuse? Going further, Maya's voice was slightly anxious. And then Maya came in and said, okay, let me go back. Maya is sharing her worries about her job to David. But David was looking at his phone, seemingly paying attention, but his eyes are glazed over. He was trying to listen to Maya, but his focus was more on the phone because he was playing a game when Maya came in. And then Maya's voice sounded slightly anxious. Maya said, I'm just really stressed about this presentation. My boss is hinting that my job is on the line. And David answered without looking up from his phone, relax, you are smart and you will be fine. Besides, you worry too much. That's what David responded. But then Maya was still very, very worried. Maya's face hardened slightly. She tries to continue, but David deliberately turns up the volume on his phone. With jarring music from David's phone, Maya said, David, I really need to talk to you. David turned the music down a little bit from his phone, but still quite loud. And then on this song, it says, hold on. No, but still loud. Then David says to her, hold on. This song is awesome. You have to hear it. Now, your girlfriend comes to you, complain that she's worried about her presentation and that her boss says her job is on the line, blah, 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 blah. And she needs help. And you're on the phone, just playing your game, doing your own thing. And then she's getting up, so you can hear that she's getting anxious. Instead of taking our time to actually really listen to her, you turn on the volume. Now, this could be the other way around. It could be the man and the woman, it could be the woman and the man. We're just using the scenario as an example. Your partner needs attention, basically. Yeah, yeah, I know you can do it. You're on the phone. Yeah, I know you're fine. You can do it. Don't worry. Blah, blah, blah. So that at least 2 seconds. Pause the game, pause whatever, and give that person attention. But no, David wasn't doing that. Instead, he increased the volume of the game until Maya's voice went up. He now said, this song is nice. You need to listen to this song. Really? Is that the time to listen to song? And then you're trying to distract her from her pain. It is good to distract somebody from their pain, but distracting them from the pain does not take the pain away, does not solve the problem or the situation on board. And then she was really angry. So what happened is Maya gets up to leave, visibly upset. David finally notices and puts his phone down, feigning concern, pretending to be concerned. And then there was silence. Then David insincerely apologizes. David says, "Hey, where are you going? What's wrong?" Maya now replied, "You know what's wrong. You're not listening to me. You actually never do." David putting on a charming act. "Babe, come on. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were upset. Come on, tell me. I'm all ears." Okay, let's see what happens next. Now he left the phone when she was about to walk out of the house. Maya hesitated, looking at David. A flicker of hope crosses her face. She decided to give him another chance. When the Maya sighs, a mix of frustration and hope. Maya says, "Okay, fine, but please, just listen this time around." A few weeks later, Maya is excited, telling David about a small victory at work. David is scrolling through the social media, only half listening, not fully attentive. Maya comes in with enthusiastic voice, fading slightly as David's attention drifts away. And then Maya said, "And then my boss actually said I did a great job." "I was so relieved," said Maya. David, without looking up, said, "Yeah, yeah, that's great." He was still on his phone. "Yeah, oh, really? That's great. Oh, no problem." He's listening, but he's not listening. Desmond, thanks for joining. God bless you, sister. Please send me your admin. It's been a long time. Your admin has gone gray. Your admin needs to be reactivated. Thanks for joining. And we're looking at mistakes and disrespect in relationship. What are the differences between mistakes and disrespect? Which one can you stand? Which one can you withstand? Can you let go of mistakes? Can you forgive? Or can you not forgive? Can you overlook disrespect? Which should you overlook? Which should you not overlook? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at the story between David and Maya. So where are we? David, without looking up, said, "Yeah, yeah, that's great." David sees a notification on his phone, a message from another woman. He smiles slightly, then quickly hides his phone when he sees Maya looking. He's on his phone, there's a notification from another lady. And then he noticed that Maya is looking quickly. He quickly put his phone. What's the story? He quickly hides his phone when he saw that Maya was looking. So Maya now responded, "What's that?" David defensively says, "Nothing, just a friend. Why are you always so suspicious?" And vicious, Maya was like, face is now so cold, resolute. She stands up, grabbing her bag. That's the line, David. That's where a mistake becomes a pattern, and a pattern becomes disrespectful. I don't know if we're following the story. The first instance between David and Maya was that Maya came in, having trying to have a chat, but David was on the phone. The second one was picture. Any picture they take together, David will crop her out with the excuse that she's not always smiling, uh, um, one excuse or the other, but he always finds a reason to crop her out of pictures. And then the third one now is him getting a message from a lady on the phone, him smiling excited over it. Yet, Maya has been trying to get his attention, but he's just can't be bothered. So this time around, Maya said, I've had enough. She took her bag and was trying to walk away. She stands up, grabbing her bag, and then the tension in the room was real palpable. Then Maya said, that's the line, David. That's where a mistake becomes a pattern, and a pattern becomes disrespect. I'm trying to jump from all the theatrics. Maya said, the first time I thought you were just careless. You know, now I see you don't value me, and I deserve better than that. And that is somebody recognizing that this is not just about a mistake. Maya walks toward the door, not looking back. David stares at her, a mixture of anger and a mixture of regret. But then it's too late. So what are we saying? It's natural for humans to make mistakes. It's part of human nature to make mistakes. But when the mistake becomes a pattern, thanks guys for sharing, thanks for your love. When the mistake becomes a pattern, then it becomes disrespect. And at that time, one must be able to tell themselves, what do I want? Do I want this disrespect to continue? Because in any relationship where there's disrespect, that disrespect will turn to abuse. That's taken it to another level. Because you've allowed it, because you've encouraged it, because you have not put a stop to it, because you've condoned it, it's going to increase. Let's take it to our children. Let's go to children. The same thing with children in any relationship at all. When a child disrespects you once, you overlook it. The child disrespects you again, you don't deal with it. The child disrespects again, you don't curb it. You don't deal with it and put an end to it. What's gonna keep happening? The child is gonna keep being disrespectful. And after the disrespect, the child can also even get abusive. Things are gonna escalate. So we need to understand the difference between mistakes and disrespect. And know when to forgive and know when to let go. That you are forgiving somebody does not mean you have to stay in there. You have to stay in the abusive relationship. You are even with your children. There are times you say enough is enough. I have condoned this enough. I have tried to make you see things. I've tried to teach you how to do things the right way. And if nothing is working, then you also need to be able to tell yourself enough is enough. If it comes to the point where the child needs to leave your home, if they are old enough, if they're above 18, then they have to leave your home. If not, that child will abuse you. That child can even get physical with you. Is there a wife that is being disrespectful, starting from mistakes? You're overlooking it, you did not deal with the situation, becomes disrespectful. And that can grow and increase with time. And if it's still not being dealt with, it can turn around, turn it into abuse. In as much as people will make mistakes, ask yourself, how many times have they made the same mistake? How many times? If it's continuous, then you need to ask yourself, try and understand the pattern. Why? 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 Why is that happening? Why the disrespect? What is going on? Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the arts and mustache. Thank you for all the gifts. What is going wrong? What needs to be fixed? And what does not need? It's not everything you can fix, and it's not everything you actually need to fix. In fixing a problem, sometimes could be just walking away. That could be a way to fix a problem. Walking away could be a way to fix a problem. So is it working? Is this person willing to change, willing to learn, willing to adjust? If you're setting the foundation of your relationship and all you are getting is disrespect, 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 do we not call it red flag? Is it not high time you ask yourself questions and tell yourself the truth? Because if someone is being disrespectful to you continuously, ask yourself, do they care about you? Ask yourself, do they give a damn about you? Is that still love? Does that child still love you? Is it a parent? Do your parent love you? Do they care about you? If your parent disrespect you at every opportunity, parents can be disrespectful to children, yes. Whosoever in any relationship you find yourself, even at the place of work, among your colleagues, everything must have boundaries. You must be able to create boundaries for yourself. In creating boundaries for yourself, you are respecting yourself. And in respecting yourself, then it becomes reciprocal. And what you give, you should get. So if you are giving respect, you're not getting respect back, then you need to go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board, see what's going wrong, what's going on, and how can I fix it? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the love. How can I fix this? What can I do? How can I fix this? Why am I being disrespected? Is it me? Is it something I'm doing? How am I projecting myself? What am I doing that makes people feel that they should disrespect me? Most of the time, we don't ask ourselves this question. It's all about others. It's mostly all about what someone has done against us. But it is good to also look inward and ask ourselves, how have I positioned myself to be disrespected? How have I positioned myself to be disrespected? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to do differently? Is it my facial expression? Is it the way I dress? Is it something I say or I said? How can I say it better? What can I do differently? Because whether we like it or not, we all crave attention, we all crave to be loved, and we all crave respect. When somebody respects you, honors you, you feel good about yourself. You feel excited about yourself. You feel lightheaded even at some point. You feel worthy. You feel worthy. You feel honored. In so many ways, it just makes you happy, so happy. But if respect does all that for you, then what does disrespect do? Disrespect will make you feel like the worst person on the planet, will make you feel like, "Ah, what have I done? What did I do? Could I have done something? Am I a bad person?" You begin to question a lot of things about yourself. You begin to question a lot of things. You will question yourself in so many ways, even. You will wonder how and when did things get to this stage? What did I do wrong? Where did I miss it? Begin to ask yourself a lot of questions. It could even give you sleepless nights depending on the gratitude or the level of the disrespect, begins to make you feel worthless, feel less of a human being, simply because you're being disrespected. So it is important to respect yourself and make sure you are being respected. And if someone is not respecting you, then you need to question the person, you need to question yourself, and you need to put things right. You need to put things right for your sanity. You need to put things right. There's absolutely no reason why you should be disrespected. Absolutely not. So, and you are the only one that can put an end to it. If someone is being disrespectful, you are the only one that can stop them. You are the only one that can put an end to that disrespect. You are the only one that can say enough is enough. No one can do it for you. You are the only one that can put an end to it. You can tell them enough is enough. I've had enough of this disrespect and I'm not having any more. I'm not having any more disrespect. So are you going to move yourself out of that equation, that situation that is bringing you disrespect? You have to do things differently to honor yourself, to bring honor for yourself, to bring respect for yourself. You have to do things differently. Thank you for the heart me. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your gifts. Thanks for the likes. Thank you so much. And that's all we have for this morning. Frank, Don, thanks for joining and for running away. Well, did that, Paul. Thanks for joining. Let them not catch you. All right, guys, I'll be back 8 p.m. tonight and we're going to look at paternity fraud. 8 p.m. Invite everyone you can invite to join. Thanks for joining, Frank Don. Okay. 8 p.m. tonight. We look at paternity fraud. Who is to blame? Who caused it? Who suffers from it? How does it affect our mental health? Who does it affect? Does it affect anyone? Who is at risk? 8 p.m. Join me and let's have a discussion on paternity fraud. Look at one or two scenarios and look at how it affects our mental health as individuals and who does it affect globally. 8 p.m. is our appointment. I'm going to do a quick recap on what we've talked about tonight, which is mistakes versus disrespect in love. Mistakes are things a human being can do unintentionally because we are human beings and we are born to make errors. And we learn from our errors, we apologize, we heal, we forgive, and then we move on. But then, when mistakes become a pattern, thanks for the heart me, well did double. When mistake becomes a pattern, when mistake becomes something repetitively, when it becomes something you do every now and then it becomes something you are doing intentionally. It is not a mistake anymore. And when it's intentionally, you're simply saying you don't see me, you're simply saying you're undermining me as a person. You're intentionally saying, I know your boundaries, but I'm still going to cross it anyway. I know what you don't like, but I don't give a toss. I know this thing is going to upset you, but I'm still going to do it anyway. And that is disrespectful. So, how much disrespect can you handle? And then how do you see this disrespect? Is it something that's going to affect your relationship in the long run as a family, in the family unit, amongst your friends, with you and your friends? Should you set boundaries? What kind of boundaries should you set? In your romantic relationship as well. Would you see it as a red flag? Or what do you think? Frank Don, do you have a few minutes to to just share one or two things with us on this topic, please, before we call it a day? Azza, thanks for joining. Where did that? I see you. I see you big time. Andre, thanks for joining. Okay. Frank Don seems not to be available. So that will be for tonight. Until 8 p.m., I will see you again. Thank you so much and God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day.